Good morning, good morning. Hope everybody is well. Good morning, choppers. Hope everybody is well this beautiful morning. If you are in Gauteng, most probably you are feeling a bit cold. Yeah, it is cold today. And as you know, that I don't fly solo anymore. Today I've got our good uncle. He's back. Our good uncle is back today. I've got that
Choppers.
sauce.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. I hope everybody's doing well. Chilly morning it is, but yeah, let's hope we can make it warm today with the chat.
Yeah, man. All you just have to do, give us a signal there, uncle, and let's see if you can keep us warm throughout the stream. As you see today, but we don't have Miss Gama here. Yeah, Miss Gama is not here today, so it's going to be just me and you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, just me and you. Yeah, but otherwise, are you well? Are you warm, my brother?
No, I'm doing well, man. And how about you?
No, I'm okay. Can't complain, man. Can't complain. It's cold. I'm in Gauteng, man, and you know how it is here in Gauteng when it's cold. But yeah, I've got a coffee, so I'm trying to keep myself warm. But either way, you are one person who's not like you don't struggle a lot from
was cold.
cold. Yeah, you. Yeah, it's like you own
born in the Free State. I was born in the Free State, bro. So where I'm from is very cold, bro. This is nothing. This is a normal day where I'm from. So thingy, I struggle a lot with heat.
Yeah.
Yes, I struggle a lot with heat.
I'm starting to suspect that maybe you are black on the outside, and then on the inside you are white, giving your surname. You own a plus. Something you want to tell us, because you never get cold. It's very funny how every time we meet during winter season, you're not wearing warm, and I'll be asking myself, what's wrong with this blue? So yeah.
No, absolutely. I'm not white whatsoever. I'm as black as it comes. Kentucky. Yeah, no pluses yet, but very soon we should be owning a plus. We should all own pluses.
All right, bro. We haven't prayed this morning. We didn't pray back office, so I think maybe we might as well do that. For those of you that are not familiar with what we do every morning, especially just before we start the stream, we normally meet at the back office and pray, but we didn't pray today. Maybe we might as well do it with everybody here on the stream. Maybe let's take this time to pray, my brother. Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we thank you. We honor you for such a morning that you've given us. We pray that throughout you remain as God, the only God that we know you to be. You don't have any record of losing any battle. We pray, Father, that you give us the spirit of supernatural intelligence, my Father. Wire us in such a way that we can see these markets, and throughout the day as we run our businesses, let us find favor in your ask. We are asking this in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. We say thank you, Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you for that, my brother.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, some people don't know that you are actually a pastor.
I'm not a pastor, my friend. I'm involved in the church, but not a pastor yet.
Yeah, can we mark the register this morning? All right, choppers, please also do us a favor by liking the stream, guys. I think we can get warm if you get. Let's try to get those 100 likes today, yeah?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Let's try to get those likes again today. Did we get 100 likes last time? I think we did. I think we did. All right. Can we mark the register quickly? We've got first man in the house. We've got Sange. Sange's been a long time, my friend. Andrew Mukwene saying good morning, Mr. President. and MTA. So yeah, Minister of Technical Analysis, Ms. Gama, wherever you're watching us from, we give you a special shout out and a salute to you. By the way, guys, Ms. Gama could not join us today. As you know, that Friday she had something to do with her eyes, and yeah, she's trying to recover. So but Wednesday definitely she will be here, so standing in for her. I don't think Sos is standing in for Ms. Gama, guys. Sos is part of the furniture, right? So let me not say standing in, because I think it's part of the furniture now. And some people are saying, no man, yeah, we like you and Miss Gama, but maybe we should have a tripartite, all of us, the three of us. I will still talk to Sos about it, guys. As you know, Sos can be a busy man, but yeah, man, people would love you to join us. But as you know, guys, Sos has got his own company that is running. But what I like about our friendship is that, man, we all about growth. Whatever that can make him be on the stream and his business benefit, why not, right? So yeah, we'll discuss it after this, guys. You let us know if you want Sos to join me and Miss Gama permanently. I'll hear from you guys. We've got Pablo is in the house saying good morning, choppers. Rita is saying hi. Lesotho is also cold today. Masiru is freezing.
That black is cold, yeah.
I think it's the coldest. I think Lesotho is the coldest country in Africa, if I'm not mistaken. Last time I checked, I think Lesotho was the coldest country in Africa, or in Southern Africa. But Lesotho is inside South Africa, guys. I don't know why it's inside, but it's outside. But that's another topic for another day. I never understood the concept. So she's saying, wire, what are we? Yeah, we've got Mr. Wire here. Neptune is also in the house, saying good morning, Mr. President, Minister Souls, and the fellow choppers. We've got Melusi is in the house. Tato Pel Mahamba is also in the house. Zoro Kutwe is also in the house. We've got Mr. Peter also here. Kiutepile is saying good morning, guys. Yeah, Rich is also saying good morning. Good to see you, my friend. Simpson is also in the house. The informative channel is also there. Informative channel is saying, morning, Mr. President, thank you for bringing us guests. Yeah, man, I don't think you will ever have a thing without a guest, right? We've got Debolo, my good friend. So Debza is on the stream. So look at what Debza is saying. He say, MJ, please let me on, please. ASAP. Yeah, my good friend, let me know. Give me a text. Guys, like I always tell you guys, like if you want to join us on the stream, you just have to let me know. This is not a stream for MJ. This is for all of us, right? So absolutely. I got you, my friend. Debza. We're gonna get you on the stream, my friend. We're definitely gonna get you on the stream. Ladies and gentlemen, we're 11 minutes in, 56 people watching this, and we only have 25 likes. Can we please do better, guys? Let's do better, guys. Let's like the stream. So can you take us through the markets, my good friend?
All right, my brother. Bro, I had one of those weekends where I always say it's bad as a trader to have these type of weekends where I never really had space or time to actually prepare for the week. But luckily, because I was just flowing from last week, so it's not really that hard for me to kind of find myself, or get back to my find my feet again.
Sure.
So yeah, let me just, everything that I'm sharing with you now it's me in planning, basically.
Yeah.
Me planning. So I'm still looking at the dollar strengthening for the remainder of the week. There was one area I've had nice entries on USD JPY.
Yeah.
I'm looking to continue. Actually, I must say I did come out at this area, and we're seeing now that we've just broken this area. So obviously this shows signs of continuations. I'm just waiting to see if we can get a pullback. Like I was saying on Friday, specifically with the breakout trades, is that I don't like taking breakout trades. I somehow feel like I get too late, and also my risk to reward then gets compromised, because if I'm going to be taking an entry here, hypothetically speaking, my SLs needs to be below the lows, right?
Sure.
And you see that on its own then it gets it's already compromised. I mean, we've got a very big stop, so I don't like breakouts, but sometimes, unfortunately, what setups like this, after it breaks out, it never really comes back to retest. So I'm looking at two areas on USD JPY. So I'm looking at two areas. So this is the first point that I'll be looking at. Let me just remember, you a price guy. Give you pricing. So around 147. Let me round it off to the nearest 147.8500. So I'm looking to see if we can get a pull back into this area and then continuation again to the upside. But one thing that I always do is that in cases like this, especially if the market has already had an extended leg like that, I normally scale down, because this is on the 15-minute time frame. So I'll scale down on a small time frame to start looking for confirmation patterns before I can execute, because ideally this is a more of a discount area, because if we still go into the upside, I'm looking for a discount. So for me, ideally this area here, extreme zone, so this area here at the bottom is what I'm looking. This is where I could actually place a pending.
Okay.
And place a pending around 147, let's say 14700. All right, so 14700, I'll place a buy limit there, but I'm also monitoring this. I'm actually going to be sitting on my chart up until I see something decent happening around here. If I can get a pullback into these 147.850, then I start looking for confirmation patterns to continue to the upside. So across the board, you'll see that the dollar is showing a big sign of strengthening. I think, let's just quickly, I haven't seen the dollar index and I haven't looked at gold, but pretty much that's my outlook currently on the dollar. So the one that I'm looking at primarily today is the USD JPY. So I'm looking at that quite closely. So let's just quickly see. Okay, yeah, I do anticipate a push to the upside for the dollar. I do anticipate a push to the upside for the dollar. So ready base rally continuation. So yeah, I'm looking to see this going up. So I'll wait a little bit. Let me see, on the 15 minutes, I'll wait a little bit for the pullback, like I said, and I'm going to be observing. So that's my outlook on USD JPY. I'm going to be observing this area here. Looks really good for one to take advantage of.
Okay. So anticipating strength for the dollar throughout the day?
Yeah, anticipating strength for the dollar throughout the day, and then we'll see how it goes. But like I said, remember, the most important thing for me here now is that it's not one where I'd get a risk entry, where I'll just place a pending and just walk away. It's one where I'd want to see confirmation. So I'd wait to get the confirmation. So what does that confirmation look like? Obviously, we'll do whenever we need to host a thing, man, masterclass sometime.
Yeah, man. Look. I think what we need to do is and we actually plan something, but yeah, let's see throughout the week what's going to happen. I just have some couple of meetings I need to take with regards to how we can go about it. But last time we planned with Ms. Gama to have a masterclass, a webinar. It doesn't have to be a seminar, just a webinar. Sure. Yeah, but I think you should join us for the thing here. But yeah, we'll make it happen. We'll
speak about it. So pretty much this is one of the confirmation patterns I normally wait for. So once the price taps into this area, and then I scale down to a smaller time frame, and then I wait for pattern, either this or sometimes it does something like this. So it's either that or a little bit deeper inside. So, but I normally wait for this once it gets into an area point of interest, then I'll wait for my setup. So anyway, after breakout of anything, then we expect a pullback. So this is also highly possible today because it is a Monday. This could be a sweep, and then we get down and then we push to the
What's your
upside.
POC on those levels?
Let's see. POC is actually around the extreme level. That's where it's sitting at the moment.
What's the price there? What can you?
147. 147.
Okay.
147 flat. Just say
Okay.
147.
All right. What am I looking at today? Sure. Gold. Anything on gold?
Gold still holding that sell, like I said, going to be very which setup I had it on Wanda. Just a second. Actually, I had it on Wanda. So still holding that those shorts from up there. So I'm still anticipating, like, remember what I said on Friday is that, call it hopeful or not, but my anticipation is that we are coming down to these lower levels. Yes, it will take some time. Of course, it can never just go in one straight line.
Sure.
There will be some pullbacks that's anticipated. So pretty much I'm looking for areas that I can scale in. One of the areas I was waiting for last week was this area just at the top here with the drop-based drop continuation.
What was your price there?
There was 3380, if I'm not mistaken. I remember, yeah, it was 3380 because I remember Miss Gamma had that as her breakout to the upside. So
Man, I couldn't get my price locked at 3365, if I'm not mistaken. So I wanted to,
I remember.
Okay.
I think, sorry to interject, I think you had, because when I drew this was with you on Friday, because I think you're looking at a pullback to this area and then dropping down. So you see, the funny thing is that you remember price, I remember areas.
Yeah.
This was your area, 3365.
Yeah, 3365, 3368. This is where I wanted to sell gold, but unfortunately, I couldn't get it there at the high. Quite disappointing though, but yeah, it's fine. So I had a short-term buy at, I think, 3355 or so, and I wanted to take TP at 3365, reload more positions to the downside. Let me try to put on my screen here.
Sure.
Okay, so I wanted to get more positions, reload at 3368, 3365. This is where I wanted to get my short positions, and the buy that I had there, unfortunately I couldn't reach that 3368. It just decided to drop to the downside, man. Currently trading at $3,339 an ounce there. And I was looking to see if maybe we violate 3,320. Maybe from there I can look for a retest and go possibly to 3,300. So these are my levels: 3,350, 3,320, and 3,300. I wanted to reload more positions at $3,368 an ounce there, but unfortunately I could not get that. I'm now currently trading at 3,340. I need to see if I close below VWAP, possibly going to look for some sell short positions. But have a look at this. If I reach 3,350, which is going to be my psychological level, right? I'm not going to find positions to the downside. If I reach 3,350, for me this might look like a trap for those that are going to be looking for a continuation to the downside. So the way I'm going to treat it is I'm going to look for a discount, because I'm going to scalp this. I'm looking at 3,350 for me to go to the upside. Then maybe I can see that possible drop, because I don't see this 3375 being violated anytime soon. So I'm going to be bearish on gold, but short term wise I need to see if maybe I can get some buy orders at the discount here. Again, I need to see how we play around our VWAP level to go to the upside, and possibly it's going to be a bit tricky for me to see my risk reward level, because I don't know how we are going to be playing around the VWAP level, right? So yeah, that's what I'm looking at on gold today. NAS 100, what's your take on it?
Right, interesting that you ask. I actually don't even check indices, but let's have a
You
look.
don't trade indices, right?
Not at all. I do analyze. Sure.
Should I then say it's part of you trying to keep yourself disciplined, or you're not a
The reason why I stopped trading indices, right, is that I realized that one thing, it's always, that, and here's the beauty of the trading journal, is that every time I looked at my journal, I realized that I always go outside of my rules when it comes to indices. I'll get a lot more revenge trades as opposed to when I'm trading either metals or currencies,
yeah.
and mainly because of the spikes. I mean, sometimes I know a friend of mine, in fact, that I also trade with sometime. Last week got spiked out. On Friday, actually, got spiked out by this spike here, right? It spiked them out and then went up.
Yeah.
So for me, when these happen, most of the time, I find myself then completely forgetting my trading plan and just trading based on revenge, and then it becomes more emotional and all of that. So hence why I decided not to look at or rather not to really participate in specifically NASDAQ. If I was to trade an indice, one that I'd be very interested in is the S&P 500, not really as volatile as NASDAQ. Similar patterns, similar movements, but also it's something that can really control. I can control the emotions with. So with NASDAQ, US30, German 30, I realized that I can't really control my emotions, and I don't like that. I don't like not feeling in control.
Does it have to do with how volatile this assets can be?
And also, I'm very obsessed with stop loss placement. So most of the time, it will just spike out my stops and then go continue. So every time I need to use different models around stops, as I'm using with other instruments, and I don't like that. Like for instance, I would need to then recalculate and adjust a little bit with stops. So for that, I don't like that, and yeah, I don't like being emotional about a trade. Yeah, I don't like closing a trade and then going, damn it, I knew it, and then only once it's there, and then I want to enter again just as revenge. So I don't do that.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, man. Lately, I've been enjoying German so much. I think
German.
if I'm going to look at my books for the year, and I would look at how much I've enjoyed trading this year, as far as instruments and assets are concerned, I think if I'm going to look at German 30 or German 40, however you want to say it, as well as light crude, I think for me, I've enjoyed trading them. As much as they are volatile, I like the fact that if you look at their percentage change, for me, it kind of makes sense, because I'm looking at least 1% a day that these markets usually move by. If on a slow day, you get that German 40 will be up by 1%, down by 2%. WTI is a monster, man. I mean, we are only in right now, currently trading at $65.41 a barrel there, up by 1.2%. Right.
If you do remember on Friday we spoke about it, and I spoke about areas where I'm going to be reloading.
Yeah. WTI, man, that thing is a monster, man. I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. No, I'm also enjoying WTI. So one thing now, the difference between that I like about any other instrument, like even metals, gold, silver is my favorite, even like WTI and the UK oil, sometimes I trade that, is that you don't normally get those crazy spikes that NASDAQ will normally give, So that's why I'm more gravitated towards this a lot better. But like I said, on Friday, I am anticipating, I did reload actually down here, so I am anticipating a little bit of a push to the upside. Obviously, this is an area that I'm going to be monitoring very well. But overall, I'm looking at a pullback. This is a long-term now swing trade. I'm looking to take swing setups once price gets into these areas here.
Okay.
All right, but for now, I'm scalping taking these buys areas, so I am in these positions. So on Friday I did speak about a potential reload around here, and it has given me that. Luckily I had placed the pendings already, because this was a pattern that I was saying I'd look for normally on the confirmation. It's familiarly known as a SMC pattern, QML pattern, whichever one you want to call it, but I am looking to take this to the upside. First area is obviously this buy side liquidities up here. I'm looking at breaking even point, scaling out, and then just letting go. And I want to see what price would do once it gets to this area. It's a very interesting area, I must say. It's not easy for one to ignore and say the market will just break, because this is not these type of patterns are not easily. I've seen that the market doesn't easily break these type of patterns. So I'll be very interested to see when price gets to the 70 mark.
Okay. Overall, are you bearish, bullish?
Bullish in the interim. Bullish in the interim. In fact, if it does, I'm going to scale in. So this, I'm going to go a little bit aggressive and strategically so. So I've already got pendings that were triggered. So I'm looking, if we get a pullback into this area again, I am reloading to the upside again. So which is, what price is this? Around 66,300. I'll set 66. If we do get a pullback again into this area, I'm scaling in again. I am bullish at the moment. So at least if I do get on the scaling positions, then I'll scale out some of those positions here and leave the original ones running from the bottom. But this is another scaling opportunity for me. So I am bullish. They're still floating nicely, so I'm looking to see if we can take it to the upside.
We are now trading at $65. Yeah.
Now at the moment, what exchange are you looking at, bro? Which broker are you looking at?
I don't even want to mention them here.
Okay.
Oh, you mean on TradingView?
On TradingView. Yeah, no, on TradingView.
Yeah, I don't want to mention them.
No, but it's written there, man.
No, but no one can say that.
Let's see. You had 65.
Yeah, where are you?
It's very crazy.
Where are you?
This is at 66.
Light crude.
Yeah. It's at 66,688.
Man, that's a lot. That's a $1 difference.
That's a big difference. That's a big difference. Hence why I'm asking, what exchange are you looking at? I see the other exchange, Black Bull is 65.42.
Yeah,
same pattern, very interesting.
But on my Octa account is 65.
Interesting. That's
65.
Futures, man. Just a sec, but we'll have a look at it. Let's see something here. 65. Yeah, 65. Look, 65.43. In fact, even on this account that I'm trading, 65.43.
It's also on 65, right?
65, yeah.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that if you look at it, the patterns are identical, right? So patterns are identical, and it's just now pricing that's different. This is so pricing on CFI 66.69, but look at patterns identical. Very interesting, but anyway, it's just a different feed, getting it from a different source. That's it.
Guys, can we please like the stream?
Is the music playing?
Yeah. It's funny how you never hear the music, eh?
You just didn't send the music over to me, man.
When you're watching and you're not sure, are you enjoying the music though?
Yeah.
Okay, we gapped to the upside, German 40.
Interesting.
So last week we closed below VWAP and had that nice patterns here happening just below that, and I think this is also what I've sent to the private group, that guys, I'm gonna be looking for a close below this price level here, 24,480 or so. then go to the downside. We caught a nice sell there to the downside, closing below view up there at 24,480, 24,500. We went down nicely. So today we gapped to the upside. We are now trading at 24,450. It is a psychological level, but look, I'm seeing this 24,600. I don't know when can we violate that level. But what I'm simply looking at is, I don't know, man, but I don't see this thing filling up the gap. But even if it does, I think I will still be looking to go to the upside. If I'm going to look at my POC level from this consolidation, my biggest discount will come at 24,300. And I think this is where I can reload more positions to the upside. So yeah, I've got my alert at 24,300 to go to the upside. I don't know if you are going to fill this gap, man, but look, if this is a session open right now and it wants to, it's a stop hand, what I will simply also do is I will look if maybe I can close above view up, then I can look if I can take some positions on 10 minutes or 5 minutes to go to the upside. Man, I don't know, whenever my charts are on, the system seems to be laggy, man. I don't know, and I don't like it.
Is it lucky?
Yeah, it is.
But you don't hold positions over the weekend?
No, never. No, unless if it's Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I'm trading it on 4 hours. I don't really pay much attention to, because I'm mostly swinging it. But I never, because if you look at my positions, in most cases, I hardly take a position on 1 hour, especially indices, crypto, not really crypto, but if you look at commodities, indices, FX, even my stock portfolio, I hardly take a position on 1 hour, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, as well as 5 minutes, right? If I don't get my rejection candles on 5 minutes, sometimes I'll go as far as looking at 3 minutes.
Okay.
For a quick scalp, but I never hold my positions over the weekend unless if I'm trading Bitcoin.
Very, very interesting.
But I know you do, right? You swing a lot. You swing a lot.
I swing. I swing as if I'm any else. Any else is the golf guy, no?
Yeah, any else
is the one that went to the States. Was he there?
Any else?
Yeah, is he the one that went with president and stuff?
I think he was one of those golfers, I think, yeah. He sold us out, that guy.
Hey, that guy. Interesting thing with.
That was a very interesting meeting there, man. Very interesting.
Do you know what I like about line chart? Do you ever look at the line chart?
Yeah, you know how I look at line charts?
Yeah.
If I'm overextended and I'm looking for, I'm overextended and I'm looking at the high of the day, and I want to pick up peak formation, especially if I'm looking at to see if I've got inverted head and shoulder for a peak formation. I normally do that. They can be very interesting. I do, but only if I'm overextended. Yourself?
Yeah, at all times, especially like I'm actually looking at this German index. So if you look at it on a line chart, especially when there's gaps, so normally I do that when there's gaps, and then I simply just use those to give me information, because sometimes with candlesticks those gaps can be a little bit distorting. Like the information can be a little bit distorting, where you don't actually know where the lows are, where you can start looking for entries. So that German, for instance, now with the gap as big as it has done, line chart seems to be very effective, and it just puts a lot of stuff into perspective. So yeah, that's an interesting one. In fact, I'll look at this thing today. I'm just going to observe it on the side. I'm not really going to trade it, but this German 30, it's an interesting one that you just put into my attention. I'm just going to observe and see how it plays out. I do think from the patterns and stuff that I trade and from method, a pullback and then a continuation to the downside, I do think that is possible. If it does not pull back, then the longs that you have spoken about, I also agree with that. They look really appetizing.
It will be interesting to see if we are going to find discount there.
I'm actually, oh, okay, that thing is close, guys. So that USD JPY is close to my area. I just got the alert. Let's see. So like I said, once it's playing in here, then now what I normally do is I start playing on the 5-minute chart, and then I wait for that pattern. Like I said, it's very important. It's very important I get the confirmations. If I don't get the confirmations, I'm not taking the trade. Simple as that.
What will be your confirmations for the entry on this trade?
It's purely pattern based.
Okay.
So it's purely pattern based. So say for instance now, once it taps in, right, I want to see, I would have loved before approaching the zone if it had created a minor high anywhere there, but let's look at it as what has happened already now. So I'd like to see it create a high, maybe create another low, and then break that high, and also break it significantly so, and leaving any of the order block theories around here, then I would look to take. But if not, this whole area becomes an area of liquidity. So if exactly why I said that, if there's no pattern already here, so this area already tells me that it might not really hold. So hence why I said I'm just gonna be patient with this and wait for a pattern. So here I've got equal lows, so this entire area could be liquidity. So here it's just going to be pattern based, so I just look for the classic QML pattern.
Okay.
If I see this on the 5 minutes, then that would be my confirmations for entry. So it's just a matter of patience. That's the thing, and this is what I always say, it's the boring side of trading, is that you have to be patient and wait. And sometimes what you're waiting for, it doesn't happen, and you just have to simply look for something else. But with this specifically, like I said, I'm just gonna wait for this pattern here. The only area I'm not really gonna wait for a pattern is, I'm happy to do that on a risk entry, is around the 147 mark. So I'm happy to go in with a pending order and with my stops just below that, and then wait to continue.
Okay, interesting. Guys, let us know if you're going to be joining Jabusos on his USD Japanese buy.
Let me quickly show you something. Last week we spoke about this here now. So I was saying observe this level on GBP USD. So now the price has tapped into here now. So this is what I would look for. So you see these highs, got these lows swept. I'd wait. This is very interesting. This is actually, let me just a second. I'm just gonna get my trading notebook here. I need to make a note of this one, and then I'll observe it as well as one of my setups for today as well. So if you see this here, this is what I was talking about, the confirmation patterns that I normally wait for. So if in this case, let's not say if, right now that it has printed this, we've printed the low, we've printed the high, we've swept that. So now I'm just waiting for a break above these highs, and the break has to be significant, full candle close, leave a little bit of imbalance, and then the retest.
Okay.
So this area actually, drew it on Friday during the stream. In fact, we are saying observe this level. So there's a 4-hour zone, and now I'm waiting for confirmations. And if it does not give this and it starts giving confirmations to the downside, obviously it will continue further to the downside, and we will not, yeah, as a buy level. I need to see that on the 15 minutes. I need to see a break of these highs on the 15 minutes. Then that, for me, that is the confirmation. What's your take on the pound dollar?
Let me put up my screen. Yo, that looks like a trap, man. That looks like a nice trap to the upside. Let me try to put on my screen here. Sure, this is very interesting. So you see, what's your price there? $1 what? To break above and go back and retest, go to the upside. Because I'm basically looking at how we are going to close above view up here, and I'm going to be bullish on it. I was actually looking at euro dollar, but we'll go to it now because this looks like a trap, man. I think breakout traders by now most probably trapped when they broke below $1.34, $1.17, and to go below it and come back as soon as possible. Because I sometimes look at how long it takes for the market to react to certain levels, right? For example, it took 15 minutes to break below this level, and it takes another 15 minutes to break inside that level, right? Chances are, especially with a candle like this, I mean, this is a momentum. People that usually looks at momentum, right, to execute trades. I mean, look at this candle. Did not even be bullish when it opened. This was around 8:15. Did not be even bullish. We don't even have a skid mark on this or even a wick on it. Just went exactly to the
Straight
downside. You know, so for me, I think this was a trap. I think a lot of retail traders are trapped around $1.34.17. I don't know, guys. If you are in a sell on GBP USD, just let me know your price, because I think a lot of people jumped into it because of this momentum here. If you look at where we're currently trading now, we are just close around view up there. One can say, Mr. President, why don't you reload to the downside? Take this as a retest for a fib level at 786. I don't think I'll want to do so. I need to see how we behave around this view up level here. Then that's when I can start looking for buy orders to the upside. But
To the upside.
I don't know, man. I think let me look at 5 minutes. I think this is what I'm gonna be looking for. $20 pips to their upside on 5 minutes on a British pound USD, because I think a retest by view up is definitely going to make a lot of retail traders again to reload to the downside, and this is where I'll look for my discount at $1.34.23 and go to the upside. So I'm going to scalp it. Then I need to see how we handle around this level here. Then maybe there I can say we can have an overall movement to the downside. But yeah, I'm going to be short-term bullish on this one. I also like what is this? Euro dollar, right?
Euro dollar. Okay, interesting. I haven't looked at that.
Yeah. So we spoke about this last week. So as you know, we've been bullish on euro dollar, guys. My chart kind of looks messy, and please allow me to leave it like this because this is an analysis from last week for those of you who didn't join us last week, so that you can get an idea of what we're doing. So last week so we're looking at reloading at $1.16 on euro dollar. Discount was coming at $1.16 and go to the upside. Unfortunately, we couldn't reach our discount level, but went to the upside. Last week Friday we spoke about consolidation between $1.17 71 and $1.1734. We broke below it now. Can we go below this level, make a new low? even if we do, I think we're simply gonna go to the upside first. And these are type of trades I like taking, man. And a lot of people say, MJ, but that's too risky, man. I don't know, but I just enjoy taking counter trades.
Counter trend, yeah.
Yeah, like I enjoy doing that, and I know it's risky, but look, as long as I've got my stops in place and I know how much I'm going to expose equity with regards to these positions that I'm going to take, I think I'm good, man. I'm essentially looking for this thing to, it's just that I'm just below VWAP, which will then be something that will tell me off. But if I was above VWAP at this level, I was going to take a buy. But I cannot do so. Why? Because I'm extremely bearish now and I'm below VWAP. And you look at the distance between my current price and where VWAP is at, it's kind of far, right?
It's bigger.
Yeah. So this is an interesting level for me to look at if I want to go to the downside. Yeah.
You know what I appreciate and what I like about this is the beauty of trading, is that people need to understand. Firstly, like for instance, you've just said something very powerful that you know very well. You're always taking counter trades, right?
Yeah.
And what I like about you is that you've got your rules in place. I mean, you never hold a trade long, and that's the thing. When you're gonna trade counter trades, you can't really trade that with an expectation that or rather with a long mindset, right? A long-term mindset. So a lot of the times people find themselves stuck in this, where they will take a counter trend but then look for extreme zones to exit. I'm looking at both the euro dollar and the pound dollar. Is that you most likely going to look for an entry way before me, and you're going to exit before I even look for the entry, you know? So that's the thing that people need to understand, that if you're going to be taking counter trends, they can be very, very lucrative, but never take a counter trend with the swing mindset. So people most of the time make that mistake where they look at a counter trend setup and then they start looking for extreme zones. And what makes those type of things is obviously the greed element, hopeful element, you know. So people say, okay, if I put my TP up there, it gives me X amount of money. And they start seeing that as significant, you know, and then their trading management becomes completely different from what their entry rules are. So it's very important people understand that.
You're gonna get ahead, man. If you're going to take counter trend trades and you want to hang on there, that's why I use the 2-hour rule, and I think it freaks a lot of people out. Why, when MJ takes a trade, he's in for 2 hours, right?
Sure.
I'm not guaranteed that in 2 hours I'm gonna be stopped out or I'm gonna be in TP. But one thing I know is that in 2 hours time, I need to know the trade has to take off, right? If you look at what happened on Friday with the gold trade,
Sure.
I knew already, and I think I discussed it with you, that something is wrong here. I knew already that something is wrong. Why? Because this thing didn't take off. It was a counter, but the way in which it hanged around a certain price, I knew something is not right here, right? Yeah, so my entry was around $3,350, $3,360 an ounce there. And look, it took me many minutes, right, if not an hour, for this thing to try to take off. And that's what I knew, that this thing, something is wrong. Of which, if you look at my German that I took, here, look at how this thing took off, man. I mean, entry was here at indecision candlestick here, and look at how it took off. Actually, let me try to remove this. Look at how this thing took off. It took off immediately, right? So I know that if I'm hanging around a certain price, if I execute a trade and I hang around that price in the next 20 minutes, possibly 30 minutes, and I see that I'm not at least 50% to my TP, I know definitely something is not right. This thing is not biting, right? That's why I use a 2-hour rule, and a lot of people never understand that. 2 hour doesn't actually, but it gives me an idea that something is right or something is not right. So if you are going to take counter, guys, like, and I do it here on the stream all the time. People that are not choppers, they would normally say, this guy is crazy. Why would you do that? And I like the fact that you're saying by the time I enter a trade, you are so many hours away from taking a trade. When I come out, you still haven't taken your trade. Because for me, it's an in and out. I'm scalping this.
True, very, and that's the thing, is that it all comes with understanding. In fact, sure, very interesting stuff that's happening on gold. But I was looking to take.
Can you zoom it out a bit there?
Gold.
Yeah.
Oh, zoom it out.
No, zoom it in. Guys, can we please like the stream? We've got 101 people watching this and only 50 people, not even 50. How many people have liked this? 53 people. Come on, choppers. I think we can do better, man.
I'm not getting any trades. Sorry, I'm just gonna keep flipping back to the USD JPY now.
Yep.
So just because that's where I'm waiting for a trade, but not giving. so yesterday story for another day. You already know where I'm going with this.
Don't even go there. Don't even go there.
Okay, some interesting stuff. Obviously those, and here's the thing, you see, the funny thing about being this, what I like about trading, is that where it requires patience. When you start looking at, like for instance on the 15-minute, you start seeing these rejections. They're so tempting for one to say, yeah, it's rejecting, let me enter. Only to find in the next 2 minutes this candle goes and closes below there. So it's very important to know what you are waiting for and be patient for it. So this, I'm still waiting. Like I said, it's not printing the way that I'd want it to print, so I'd be very, very, very patient. I'd have to be very patient. And also, one of the things that I know for sure is that it is a Monday, so chances are we're gonna get a lot of traps. So I'm just gonna be very patient, ultra patient. We still have the rest of the US session and the rest of the week for trades. So if I don't get any setups now, I'm not really going to be thing. But I must say one thing here, right? Let me not move that label. So like I said, I'm going to wait for that pattern there. And then if that pattern does not come, I just want to observe something around here. If you do not get that confirmation on the 5 minute, let me see on the 1 minute. Okay, all right, this is it. I might enter based on this here. So here's what I'm waiting for now, right? This is actually brilliant that we're getting it now. I want to see a break of that high. If it does break this significantly, so straight after the break, I'm going to place my pendings around here. If it breaks significantly, it must trade above here with the full candle close. So it did not. So you see, so this last 1 minute candle did not close above there, so I'll have to wait for this one and observe. It must close above this this area where we are now. So if I get a close in the next minute like that, and then I pull back to this area, and then I'll look to take the buys. But if I take the buys, if I do take the buys, it's gonna be very short term, man. It's not. I'm not gonna swing this year. So if I do take the buys, I'd want to get a full close above there, and then just take a picture.
I'm running a poll here. Gold, guys. 75% are saying buying, 25% are saying selling at the moment.
What's your take?
Gold, bullish. Short term.
Okay, we got the close just before we got the close on that USD JPY. So I'm just going to get my pending orders ready now. Let's see. $147.
Ryder is saying sell gold, stop loss $3,352, 3,000 TP 3,317. Interesting. But also, guys, we just have to bear something in mind. Seems like we are not. Let me try to put it on here. We are not. I just don't like the fact that we're just hanging around. We are failing to break these levels. And any trade that I can take in between 3,344 and 3,330. The only challenge about this is that we can still be doing this the whole day, right? And I don't want that. I really don't want that. So let me see if I can have a break above, then I'll still be my above my view up, right? And take it from there. Let's have a look at our German setup. Sure, I like what I see on German so far. 24,300. This is basically where I'm looking at buying this thing, man. So this is what I was discussing with you, my brother. This German is crazy, man. Are you aware this thing was up by at least 0.8%, 0.80 when the session opened? This thing is now down by 0.01%. That's how massive this thing moves, man. This is a monster.
No, German is this thing is indices. In fact, indices. I think German, obviously being similar to the US30, they really move nicely. The only thing that I always say is that if it moves in line with you, then you'd be smiling, and if it moves against you, then you know.
Yeah.
But if you've mastered, like for instance, you've got a rule-based approach, right? And yeah, if you've mastered that, and you find yourself not getting emotionally attached, then that's fantastic. But I would advise, trust me, man, time and again, I always look at the indices and like, should I or should I not?
German is a monster, man. German is a monster. He's a monster. NASDAQ, what's happening with NASDAQ now? Let's see if we close below this view up here, man. We also have a gap, and I know there are some people that always wants to fill up a gap. Mr. President, we have a gap. Maybe we're gonna fill it up. Well, we have already done that on German, right? We have already closed that gap, filled that gap already on German. So yeah, man, I've got my alert at 24,293. Maybe let me put it on a psychological level, man. 293, 4,300, 24,300. Yeah. This is where I'm going to buy my German. I'm gonna take it on 15 minutes. 40 pips or so, ATR times 1.5. Let me see where I can put my stops. 40 times 1.5, 60 pips or so. According to my ATR, so I would have maybe 60 pips or so. And aim for 120 somewhere here, right? So Mark, my favorite, my good friend is German and WTI. Those are my favorite. What's your favorite pair to trade?
Trading. I love everything. I love everything, bro.
Yeah.
The funny thing is that
the indices. You love everything
except the indices. Like,
yeah.
you'll see my watch list, right? My watch list is what every single thing, every currency pair. Yeah, so I must say, how can I put it? I would lie to you if I say I have a favorite, man. And how do you get to the level where you decide what's a favorite? It's very interesting. For me, it's very difficult. So how did you guys get that? Is it because you've seen success in it, or is it the movement? What is it?
It has to be success, my friend. It obviously has to be success. I don't think you can just like something when it's bleeding you money. I think for me is how volatile, because I'm scalping a lot.
Sure.
I think it has to do with how volatile, especially WTI in German, has to be, and how it makes my life easier. That I don't have to sit all day, Like I can just simply have my alerts, execute in and out, then I'm good to go. Yeah, I think that's what makes it my favorite.
Yeah, I find it tough to get a favorite pair because of seasonalities and stuff. So I used to have. Silver though has always been my all-time favorite, but I only like silver and gold during December months.
I'm actually. By the way, guys, and I think a lot of people don't know this, right? I said this last year, and I want people to do it again. Gold can be seasonal. End of August, there's no way if I'm going to be long term. So end of August getting into September, I usually buy gold long term. I might be wrong this year, but we did it as a choppers last year, and it worked out nicely. It can be seasonal at times during those times. Why? Because hedge funds and money managers, those are the times these guys are also looking for profit taking and their bonuses for the year, so they can have another swipe to the upside before they take out their TP. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be looking at. End of August getting into September.
Yeah, now gold, that's the thing with gold and silver, is a lot more seasonal. More times than not, it's seasonal.
Yeah, but I like the fact that as much as we normally use it as a hedge, man, this season is not budging, eh? Gold this season, man, is not budging. Like, and I think the reason why is that, like I usually look at the COT data, ne?
Sure.
So I think why, because I was asked this question by Fifi, CNBC.
Yeah.
So I was like, but why are you then saying that you don't see appreciation on gold, since now we are having all this economic instability, especially remember during the war between the three nations, the one that was supposed to start. I mean, if you look at the impact that it had on the markets, US, Iran, as well as Israel, right?
Israel,
so Fifi was like, why aren't you looking at getting some appreciation when it comes to gold, positioning yourself? And I'm like, where are the hedge funds and money managers going to get all those points? Because the points are already moved, man. This thing was already extremely bullish. That $3,500 mark was already extremely high. And unfortunately, this war came at the time where this thing was extremely bullish. I knew that it cannot be used against the hedge. Instead, what I said to her is that instead of hedging using gold, I'd rather hedge with Bitcoin. And that's why I was looking at that 99,000 to reload. I was looking at 99,000, 99,000, 97,000, because I think people are now using crypto to hedge, eh? Yeah, no, it was gone.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, it was already high at that point. And if you remember that it didn't really have an impact. In fact, it didn't move whatsoever. And it's weird for one to find war and the price of gold doesn't really move.
Yeah.
So that was a sign. And here's the thing about trading, is that I always say that we've got to always be dynamic around it. If what worked, you just have to always be on the lookout. You can't really have one blanket approach, you can't really have one blanket approach with it, man. But it's interesting times, though, I must say. Interesting times. Look at this USD JPY. It reacts without giving confirmation.
That's one thing that will make you go crazy, man. That's one thing.
You see, the thing about it is this: is there's pros and cons of everything, right? There's like I said, I've got a risk model and a confirmation model, right? There is a risk and confirmation model. The pros of a risk model is that you can take advantage of those moves quickly, right? When it taps in, you already take that, and then boom, you're out. Right now, the cons obviously of that is that sometimes you can take trades too early, and then you're wrong. Now, the pros of a confirmation is that you can do it. It reduces your risk to it increases risk to reward because it reduces a lot more risks, and yeah, you can do so mainly, let me say, comfortably so. But the cons of it is that you sometimes miss out. So if you suffer from fear of missing out, then confirmation entries will not really work for you. But if you are chilled and you don't suffer from any of that, then that's fine. So for me, does this confirmation level still stand? Yes, it still stands up until these highs are taken. If these highs are taken, then that confirmation level doesn't stand anymore.
Yeah.
If these highs are taken, that confirmation level doesn't stand anymore. But if it's still in this manner, it still stands. So let's wait and see. And the dollar is showing some real strength, man. Real signs of strength, rather. So still patient, waiting. If it does not break those highs, then I'll still consider this confirmation. But once it breaks those highs, then it's gone, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm still waiting for my pending 24,300. Simply looking for a rejection at that level and buying German.
Germany. Bro, we must get a thingy. Shop a house when we trade the whole day and we stream that. That'll be dope.
Yeah, man, we need sponsors, man. The thing is, have you noticed that streaming, especially in South Africa, man, hey, it's not consistent, eh? You know why?
It's not easy, man.
Hey, man, I don't know, like, one would say, besides streaming, what else? Like, I like your idea, get a house and stream and get everybody in that house and stream and, but man, it's extremely difficult to keep this thing afloat, eh?
It's not easy, bro.
It's extremely difficult, but yet again, man, sometimes you have sponsors. Sometimes sponsors can pull the plug. So if one can ask MJ if Octa will pull the plug on you, will you still continue streaming?
Great question.
It's a great question.
Answer that one.
You putting me on
one has
spot.
asked. One has asked, so one needs an answer.
If Octa doesn't continue to sponsor this, what would I do with the streaming?
Yeah, interesting.
I don't know. I think the work is there. I think anybody would want to join in. I'm one person. I don't like jumping into brokers, right? But sometimes, if one would say, "Look, man, we cannot work with you anymore," I'm sure. One thing I like about this community, man, is that most of these guys, if not all of them, the choppers, most of these guys are matured, man, and I don't like keeping things away from them. Like, even when we started with the streaming, I'm sure you would remember, we did 3 months, and I told them this is a trial period, guys. If Octa is not happy, we're not gonna have a sponsorship anymore, Then I told them, look, They are happy we are carrying on. So one thing I like about this community, man, they are matured. If one person cannot work with us, I'm sure there are other guys that would want to work with us, and it's only fair for me to tell them, hey guys, we are now working with these guys. You know, I wouldn't want to do that, but sometimes we'll be forced to. You know,
Yeah.
because the work at the end of the day must continue, man. Like many people come on this stream. Some guys are trading demos, some guys are not trading at all. Sometimes some guys are trading real accounts, and what makes us unique is that we don't put pressure on anybody. I can never come on the stream and say, guys, it's time to buy now, you know. Some of these guys come on the stream for psychology, you know, reasons. Maybe they're always impatient. They come on the stream and they see how patient we are, right? And they're like, yo, if these guys can be this patient, I also need to practice my patience. And they do well, you know?
Yeah. I think a savage says I'm not.
It's almost Savage, man. Leave Savage alone. Savage is being himself. Savage is being, and he was not here on Friday. That's why I was saying Savage. I can tell. So, leave
He was
Savage,
paid
man.
on Friday.
Oh yeah.
Man, look at this thing. This USD JPY
It's
went
gone,
to those
man. It's gone.
TP levels.
Yeah.
You know, and here's the thing: is that now, what do you do when this happens? What do you do when this happens? Do you then sit and go, man, I should have entered and tried to enter? Because I know some people, even myself in the beginning, I used to still try and force entries there. You know, so things like this, when they happen, you just, okay, cool, missed. Let's look at the new area. Where can we look for for new opportunities, right? Where can you look for new opportunities? You just have to reassess and see. But I was really hoping to take that buy, but for now, it's just a matter of patience. We just have to be patient. We have no choice. But like I said, if this area holds, then I'd look at entering again, but very, very, very small. I would have loved to enter before getting to that level, but we just have to wait and see, and look at other pairs, man.
Yeah. Interesting comment from Temba. Temba is one of our consistent guys. He's been here for some time now. He really loves trading. He's saying, I agree with you, Souls. We should stream the whole day. We don't really need sponsors. Hey, man, like, we do, eh? It's show me. There's no stream out there, Temba. There's no stream out there that doesn't have sponsorship, man. It's. I mean, if we were to get a house right now to do the streaming, you must think of who's gonna pay for that house. There must be food there. There must be beverages, right? Unless Temba, you want us to come to your house. Temba will give us coppers the whole day and say, guys, let's do this.
It's better than nothing.
Yeah, scoppers for the choppers. You know, so that's where we need sponsors, man. Like, we really need sponsors for this type of work that we do. Without them, sometimes it's very difficult. Is it possible to do it without sponsors? Absolutely, it is. I mean after Mzansi Souls, I have not had a sponsor. You remember, for some time I was streaming.
Yeah, for quite some time.
Yeah, for quite some time I didn't have a sponsor, but I was streaming every day. But it was extremely difficult.
It's not easy.
It's not easy. It's not easy.
It's not at all.
It's not easy. So we do need sponsors when it comes to this type of work. Yeah,
man, especially if you're gonna get a house, the overheads just become too much.
Yeah, man. It's
become too much. Because it'll be dope. Because sometimes what happens is that the purpose of it is just to go through London session, because sometimes you won't get the setups in London. They come in New York, and and it'll always be nice maybe to. I think it will also help a lot of people, man, to say, okay, what do we do if there's no setup in London? How do we keep sane? Because trust me, man, you have to keep sane.
Yeah. Temba saying,
dollars.
how much do we need? I'll cover some costs. I'm a trader, not that it matters. Crazy, and we traders, guys, will fund our own expenses. Sponsors will notice it when it gets. Yeah, but you see, I like how you guys think. But look, man, I've ran a trading floor, so you know this. I've ran a trading floor for years. I was funding that trading floor, man, myself. And usually you can get guys that mean well. I remember there were guys that used to come and say, let's contribute, guys. Before it was a trading floor, it was a traders meetup, ne? Before the whole formation of Traders Connect. It was just us meeting. We used to contribute for rent. So I got an office where we used to contribute for rent. I started only 2 months. 2 months, the next thing, the other guys are no longer contributing. I don't have money, but when you go on Instagram, they bought an expensive bottle, and they're like, hey man, you know. So unfortunately,
the lease was not in their name.
Yeah,
the lease was not in their name. So
exactly. That's another thing. If the that's a good one, because the lease was in my name. Month end, the landlord comes to MJ, doesn't come to anybody else, right?
Nobody.
So that's the problem, is that you can mean well to say let's fund all of us, but some people are not disciplined in that regard. You can be disciplined, Temba. Crazy, you can also be disciplined, right? But you would find that we are 5, we are 10. The other guys don't want to contribute, and at the end of the day, it's gonna frustrate you that why should I pay for someone's rent? Why should I? Right?
And then it's like that. That's, you see. And yet another thing is that these, and I always say, I have this, the reason why I had to take a breath there is that I talk to a lot of people about this now. You see, if you're going to put pressure on your trading accounts, then you're going to make a lot of mistakes. And you're going to find yourself losing a lot more money unnecessarily so, because of the pressures, the external pressures, you see. So I always say, at least if you've got about 3-4 months worth of expenses, and then you can do it more capital for the next run, you know. The safest point is to say 6 months. But at least 3 months is okay. It can be done. So if the chopper says, okay, sharp, Temba specifically says, okay, I've got 3 months, I can contribute X amount for 3 months, that will cover us for 3 months. I think that can be started. It gives us a little bit of leeway, and then that can be started, and then we get that can be done. But yes, man, it's demanding, man.
Yeah. If all of us can contribute, let's say we can all contribute 20,000 rand. If let's say we are 10,
sure.
We contribute 20k. We are 10. We contribute 20k. Let's contribute at least 20k for a start. If we are 10, that's 200,000. We can definitely start with something. So if you can have 10 people that has 20,000 now, let's do it.
Absolutely. So,
but this thing of
let's run an auction.
Yeah, this thing of contributing 5k, 2k, man, it's gonna waste our time. We need serious money. Yeah, Crazy was saying boot camp. So I've been trying to also do boot camp, but again, if you say boot camp now and say, guys, let's meet at this boot camp, you find two people paying. The thing is, South Africa, man, like, it has a lot of people that are having financial issues, but they don't want to be honest about it. They always want things, but they will never be honest to say, I'm not going to be able to contribute and whatnot.
What creates that, man? Is it social pressure? What is that?
I don't think it's social pressure. Sometimes it's, should I say dopamine?
Could be.
Sometimes I think you might want good things for yourself and you really mean well. I know a lot of people that mean well. Like, I really want to do this. I'll pay month end, the other things come. And they really wanted to do something with you.
But things happen.
Yeah, you know, things happen. So it's just positivity. Guys, can we please like the stream? 106 people watching here. We only have 67 people liking the stream. Come on. So again, it shows it's a level of commitment. So you see, sometimes we measure things by small things. If people will not be able to like the stream to 100, what makes you think, Temba, they can all contribute?
Okay, we broke USD JPY. We broke that level. So let me take off some of those pendings. Yeah, you see, mornings like this, you just miss an entry, boom, go straight to TP. Okay, there's a setup here I want to show you. Sorry to interject. There's a setup I'd like to hear your views on it. I think I'm going to participate in this one. I do expect some drawdown. It's USD Swiss franc.
Okay. Just before you do so, Silo is saying, who can be my trading mentor? I just deposited 10,000. Is it 1,000 or 10,000 USD on my Octa? Send us a text, my friend. Silo, here's my WhatsApp number there. Send us a text. If you have already deposited, my friend, you don't even need to pay anything. There is a private group that has all of that. If you need help with your trading and you want to join a trading community, our own private trading community, send me a text, Silo. We'll be able to help you immediately, my friend. Just send me a text now.
So here's the thing. USD Swiss franc. So a little bit late. I am anticipating a little bit of drawdown. Possibly could still happen, but a 90 pip stop. It's okay. I'm gonna take this one. Disclaimer: this is not a signal. This is my own personal view
on trading view.
I always knew you've always wanted to be a rapper. I knew that.
Ronald is asking, Mr. President, are you in on German? No, not yet, my friend. My pending has not been triggered as yet. My pending has not yet triggered. 24,300 is where we are going to find our execution. It's a beautiful setup there, man. There's no way I can miss this one. What time is it? All right, guys, we've hit our. Okay. Is it Mandela's? How many minutes? 67 minutes.
Mandela, yeah.
Okay, so we did our 90 minutes. Yeah, so Wednesday, my friend, are you joining us?
Sure, I'm always open.
Yeah. Okay.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Miss Gamma will be here.
Okay, that's cool. It's always good to have a flower amongst the thorns.
Yeah. So we will be here again, guys. Wednesday, what time? 8:30.
8:30.
Yep, 8:30. Choppers, thank you so much for your time. Any last words from you?
All right. It's the first day of the week, so you still have 4 more days. So trade responsibly and always protect your capital at all times. That's the most important thing, man.
All right, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to like the stream.
W for wire.
W for wire.
Wire.
Mr. Wire.
We are buying USD CHF wire.
Wire.
All right, interesting. Let's see how this one will play out, man. It'll be interesting to take you on Wednesday. We have a recap on it. And yeah, thank you for having me, bro.
All right. It's
And
a
thank you
pleasure,
to
my
the
friend.
choppers.
It's a pleasure, my friend. Just choppers will see you on Wednesday. Cheers.
All right, fantastic. Bye.